Hey, what's up guys, it's Fish here and welcome back to my glorious Bannerman 2, some more Shogun 2 Total War. Today we're going to be continuing on our Fort Wagner series where we go ahead and try and reclaim it as the Confederacy. If you haven't seen my kind of like mini series I'm creating, basically we have a fort which is all the way over here and it's kind of it was originally held by the Confederacy, but then when I was fighting the AI I gave them so many men and they finally overwhelmed me. So what we're going to do today is we're going to try and go ahead and reclaim it as the Confederacy. This is kind of like an assaulting force I've gathered up. And I also luckily got someone to go ahead and play as the Union forces. So it should go ahead and create a more cinematic looking battle. And we obviously won't have the AI doing any dumb stuff. So obviously I got my main man, Pixelated Apollo, to go ahead and help me out with this battle, and he is playing as the Union forces. So I'm going to go ahead and quickly run through all these units, which will be really quick. Trust me, it'll take like 2 seconds. So for my army I have 2 units of these skirmishers, or 3 units of these skirmishers to kind of push forward and, you know, start the fight. A cannon fire though is going in. Then for the rest of my army, I have a bunch of these volunteer brigades, which you guys have seen many a time before. And then I have the Louisiana Tigers and the Maryland something, I'm not even going to try and pronounce it, which is also supporting me. But damn, that cannon fire is just shredding my infantry right now. I need to get my cannon up and operational. Oh my god, did you see that? Oh my, these cannon fire is just ripping my infantry apart. I need to get up here ASAP. So for Apollo's army, he has some skirmishers out front. These are the Union skirmishers. I'm not sure if we've seen these guys yet. Then he has some militia also out here. And I'll go ahead and explain why he has men out here in a second. Then in the fort, he has a few units of volunteer infantry, which are going to go ahead and claim the thing, claim the ridge. Then he has some militia as well around here somewhere. And then for his creme de la creme, he has these Iron Brigade. He has 3 units of these bad boys kind of acting as the fallback. You know, the Confederate forces are either going to overwhelm this position, or they're going to go ahead and get pushed back here. But the Iron Brigade are not moving. You know, give us liberty or give us death. So my skirmishers are going to be pushing up now, actually getting a really nice volley off on the back of these retreating Union skirmishers. Going to go ahead and start picking away at them, trying to rack up as many kills as they run away. But damn, I still can't believe how many cannonballs actually just straight up hit my infantry there. That was disgusting. So like the original plan for this was to go ahead and have like a bigger engagement out here in the city, out here in this like kind of fortified area, because we wanted to kind of create the illusion that there'd already been like a skirmish battle here. Because, you know, in my series we fought at this battlefield 3 times, including this one. So I wanted there to be like dead bodies scattered everywhere. I wanted there to be like units with like depleted troops and stuff. But unfortunately, when we tried to do it, like the game ended up crashing during that battle. So we kind of couldn't do that because we just didn't have time to carry on and like redo that again. So unfortunately, there's not going to be dead bodies scattered around. But what I wanted to happen was have like, you know, half-strength divisions. I wanted dead bodies like all like scattered all across this wall, you know. Union and Confederacy to kind of give the illusion that, you know, we have been fighting this battle for 3 days. And look how awesome that looks. Shogun 2 looks really, really cool in this camera mode. You know, just my horde of Confederacy soldiers just advancing on the Union position through the smoke as well. You can see as the smoke starts to clear, my soldiers just going into, even over here they're kind of going into the smoke, so they're just disappearing. See my skirmishers moving up as well. This looks really awesome. I love Shogun 2 for sure. And you can even go underneath the smoke as well to kind of see a bit better. So Apollo has one of his cannons out here, which I'll kind of be pushing over, which will be cool. And then eventually, like, because we want to kind of give the idea of, you know, charging with gun positions. So, you know, eventually we will go ahead and charge up this one and hopefully fight over this gun position as well, as they're just shooting as many rounds per second as possible, trying to fill up this cannon and just get it away, because they are really racking up some kills. I'm definitely going to be interested to see how many kills they actually get at the end of this battle. So the Confederacy troops are going to be advancing on the position. They're almost within firing range. They've actually quick timed it now, which is a smart idea by them, because that cannon fire was starting to rack up some kills. You know, I wanted kind of like, you know, you see this dead body, like I wanted bodies scattered all across here, but it was just such a shame that the game crashed because it would have looked absolutely awesome. So the skirmishers are going to be forming up over here, ready to go and do it. And just look at that, look at the Union forces just taking the hill now, taking the ridge. Oh, so cool, so cool. Along the entire line. We're going to go ahead and give them a volley though. And just shoot at the Unions. You can just about see them on top of that ridge, so that's what we're going to be aiming for. As we go down the line. What would have been really cool if I got like rippled fire from like the left-hand side. That would have been really cool. If you could actually just like tell them to ripple fire or something. But imagine how like scary that would be, you know, just seeing these figures on top of a ridge, you know, just trying to volley up there. Getting picked away, you know, because they have the superior position, but we have superior numbers, so we've just got to use that to our advantage. Going to be pushing up my first kind of assault force to go ahead and try and get a bit closer into this combat. Try and use the fact that we have more guns to our advantage. Going to be volleying again after we advance. You know, get ready for a charge. And if we look at it from the Union position, they're actually routing, which is awesome. Pushing these guys back on the left flank. The right flank is still just about holding. You can see canister shot going out from the artillery. Probably just shredding my men. I can imagine that shredding my men. But by the looks of it, we've actually gone ahead and pushed back all the men off a ridge, and they're going to be charging up here on the right-hand side. Again, imagine how scary this would be. Just charging past all the dead bodies. You know, you have no idea what's on top of this ridge. There could be an entire, like, Union firing line ready to shoot at you, which there basically is. And you're just expected to go up here, you know, no questions asked. I would have absolutely crapped myself if this was me. So they're going to go ahead and form up on this ridge and hopefully start doing... oh my god, that Iron Brigade volley just gave me shivers. That was brutal. We're going to go ahead and try and exchange some fire. The sword's out there, reloading and firing. Going to go ahead and try and exchange some fire with the Iron Brigade. We also have another unit over here on the right-hand side, which is going to go ahead and try and charge these guns. Stop them from shooting. I think, yeah, we're just going to straight up charge them by the looks of it. And I'm pretty sure they're on canister shots, so if they get a good shot at us, that's not going to be ideal. But by the looks of it, they're not going to. Yes, nice. We did actually go ahead and overwhelm their position. Stabbing a few of them. But the unit's actually routing. Why are you guys routing? There's nothing shooting you. And you can see the Iron Brigade have actually managed to clear this top ridge right now. I'm going to go ahead and reinforce it with some more men. But this Iron Brigade unit is definitely putting out a lot of fire onto the top of the ridge as I come over. If we look all down the line as well, if we speed up the camera a little bit, and if we just look down this entire line, the Union forces are trying to hold this fortress. They are not giving up lightly. Especially the Iron Brigade. They are racking up so many kills as their rifles just get ready to shoot. Got some militia kind of adding in the extra gaps. They're not going to be as good as the Iron Brigade, obviously. But they're still going to be adding, you know, vital muskets to the battle. Go on, give them a volley, boys. The Confederacies are advancing. Trying to get a bit closer. Oh my god, they're just going to be picking them apart. Yeah, they're just going to turn tail and run. Look at the smoke of this battle. That is just awesome.
Our men are running from the battlefield.
That is really cool. Just the lines volleying. You can see my men running. The cannon fire is still coming in overhead. And this left flank is really where the battle's going to be decided. I managed to go ahead and overwhelm this cannon position. So I'm going to be going ahead and pushing some of my infantry to actually engage the Iron Brigade and try and use my men still shooting to go ahead and aid that. I'm also going to go ahead and create this like double standing shooting kind of range. I don't know, that was just a word, it didn't really make a sentence. But I'm going to try and, you know, put these soldiers in front so I can use these guys to volley at the Iron Brigade and also use my men on top of this ridge. So hopefully I can put out so much fire on the enemy. But again, I'm going to be shooting my own men, which is also not ideal, obviously. And the Iron Brigade are actually going to go ahead and rout like 2 units of my guys. Look at these cowards run away. They deserve to be getting picked apart. Especially as they fall back into this like superly heavily armed position from the Confederates. As they just shoot shot after shot into the enemy. The Iron Brigade are standing though. They are not giving an inch. Look at them. If I was them, I'd be long gun. You know, they're just reforming whilst taking all these shots. I've got a lot of units like shooting away at this Iron Brigade unit. And they're just going to go ahead and reform and go ahead and just cause more and more trouble. But eventually, you know, I'm going to start focusing my infantry to try and go ahead and just engage them. Because if I can tie them down, that's going to really help me out. I've gone ahead and pushed up my Louisiana Tigers up here to go ahead and hopefully put some more fire down onto the militia units. So hopefully these guys can go ahead and aid in taking out of these Iron Brigade. But if we look at their numbers, you know, these guys have only lost like a quarter of the unit and they've done a lot of damage to me. Luckily, I am slowly starting to overwhelm this unit on this right flank, or I guess my left flank. The Iron Brigade are down to 56 men, but they're still fighting valiantly, pushing back my soldiers. But I'm going to go ahead and use this. Now I've tied this down, kind of, there's nothing really shooting at me anymore. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to go ahead and be using this to go and push up the rest of my infantry. They are actually going to go ahead and rout another one of my units. Wow, 97 men running from the Iron Brigade. What a valiant stand by the Iron Brigade. But I think eventually they're just going to get overwhelmed. They just don't have the men to really keep this up. And I'm going to be going ahead and just forming up some more lines, kind of start enveloping the enemy lines. You know, use my numbers to my advantage. I've got a unit of my volunteer infantry up against a unit of his militia over here on the right flank. Just taking pot shots. And you know, like, this might look like I've won the right flank, but he's definitely won, you know, Apollo's definitely won this right flank. I've only got a few units left over here now, which are still, like, granted they are still shooting. Oh, we'll go ahead and steal some plans over here as well from this table. Like, granted these guys are still shooting, but his division, I mean, his unit of Iron Brigade are much stronger than my units. So he's definitely kind of winning this trade on the right flank, but I'm winning kind of a bit more on this other flank over here. Having these guys around the side shooting into the Iron Brigade is definitely going to help. But Apollo's going to go ahead and use a militia unit to go ahead and plug another gap. Wow, that was an awesome cannon shot. Yeah, he's going to go ahead and plug this gap with a unit of his militia. And here we go. I think it's another Confederacy charge, boys. As they lunge into the battle, trying to claim victory. You know, if we can break the Iron Brigade, victory will be ours. But as I said, the battle will be determined on these ridges. The Iron Brigade are not going to give an inch. If they are to lose here, then they are to lose. I've even got my muskets shooting into the side of the Iron Brigade, and they're still standing. The enemy general is going to go charging in. He will give his life to hold this fort. And as you can see, like, the Confederate forces have kind of completely destroyed my right flank, and I don't really have too much left, you know. I have the troops in Maryland who are advancing up, trying to go ahead and get in a nice firing position. We have the Iron Brigade who've pushed on there, actually currently fighting the Louisiana Tigers right here, along with a lot of my other Confederacy volunteer units. And eventually they're going to get cut down, but they are putting up a wonderful fight. Oh, that guy just got wrecked. The Iron Brigade have not disappointed this battle whatsoever. Fighting back to back to this cart pretty much. But slowly, just the sheer amount of my numbers is just overwhelming them. And they're going to be wiped out. So awesomely, like, the cool thing is, as the Maryland troops actually fail their charge over here and decide to retreat back. Oh, look at the flag as well. Like, kind of like pierced into the wall, into the terrain. That's cool. They're going to go ahead and form up. The last two units of the Iron Brigade are going to form up and kind of have a last stand as my troops kind of advance. But again, like, it doesn't look great for the Union, but this isn't over whatsoever. You guys seen how fickle the morale is on this mod, you know? And these are Iron Brigade. These aren't just, you know, normal units. So I have a decent amount of force left. I've got these guys running into battle, but a lot of my units, you know, are weak, are depleted. Oh, look at them people just throwing their muskets. That was awesome. Just going ahead and collecting them afterwards. You know, I'm just going to go ahead and just try to use my superior numbers to swarm Apollo down so he can't do anything. Again, the Iron Brigade are getting ready to hold as my volunteer infantry come pouring in. You can see the Louisiana Tigers actually running away in the background. Cowards. They're going to be charging in as the Iron Brigade reload. Can they get one volley off? I doubt it. They're going to go ahead and countercharge. And it's not going to be too successful. The melee is fierce right now. These Iron Brigade are fighting for their lives. If they can go ahead and maybe kill my general, cause a mass rout, victory is still in a glimmering distance, but is not looking good. And this is just brutal right now, this melee. As the Confederates try and just clear out the remainder of this Iron Brigade. You know, the last two brigades, they've managed to go ahead and break them on the right flank. This is all that remains, and there we have it. The Confederacy have finally taken back the fortress. They lost it for a day as the Union overwhelmed them, but victory, you know, it was a costly victory. We lost so many men on this left-hand side. So many men on this ridge just trying to go ahead and deal with the Iron Brigade. I guess even on this right-hand side as well. Like, just look at the dead bodies. I definitely want to see how many kills the Iron Brigade got that battle, because that was intense, you know. Considering I outnumbered Apollo, I think it's exactly 1,000 men I outnumbered him by. You know, the Union put up such a good fight. Maybe if they had like a reinforcement army, or even if, because originally we were going ahead and actually have a reinforcement army, but again, because of a crash we had, we just didn't have time to kind of recreate that, which was a shame. But hopefully you guys enjoyed that nonetheless. We'll go ahead and look and see how many kills the Iron Brigade actually got that battle. I'm going to bet, you know, I'm going to bet the best Iron Brigade unit got around about 300 kills. That's what I'm going to guess. So yeah, as you can see, I literally deployed 1,000 more men than him. He killed like 300 more men. But this doesn't include like the men which routed and stuff. So I definitely, the battle was not this like far apart. I was definitely down to like my last 300 men, I think. So Apollo definitely could have turned that around, you know, if he maybe got a lucky shot or something. So if we look at my men, Louisiana Tigers killed at 108, which isn't amazing. Sharpshooters 173 and 161, that's pretty good. Let's go ahead and look at the Iron... almost 500 kills this Iron Brigade unit got. Wow, that's pretty impressive. That is very, very impressive. They did an amazing job. All getting over 300 kills. Everyone else not really doing too great. Even his cannon. I mean, his cannon's 77 and 66 kills. That's pretty good for cannon. My cannon's not doing anything really, but that's again because they have the defensive protection, so that's kind of to be understandable. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. Make sure to go ahead and drop a like and a comment if you did. Make sure to check out Apollo's channel, and I'll see you guys next time, and fish out.